Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Aravaipa Rides podcast. I think this is our third episode with Jen this summer, kind of concluding. I guess it's not concluding. It would have been concluding your journey on mountain bikes, going not transitioning, but going on to trying the mountain bike from running. But I think we've got a surprise. You've already told me, so I'm not going to be surprised. But we'll surprise all the listeners. Jen, welcome back.
Thank you.
I'm rambling here to get us started. So you've gone on this little journey this year, chronicling your, again, not a transition because you haven't left running, but you're kind of adding to your sports, kind of become a two-sport athlete here. Three, if you still count the paddleboarding and all the fun other stuff you do. But so you've added mountain biking, and we've chronicled some of that. You've been putting it on the social media pages. We've had a couple of episodes of the podcast kind of talking about your journey and stuff like that. We meant to do this one sooner, but just time gets away from us, and we really wanted to get something after your Stunner race. Stunner was the first race that you did on a mountain bike. To recap for anyone who didn't follow the journey along earlier this summer, Jen started. She pretty much got on the bike almost for the first time to really start riding, and trained for her first race. She came out to the Stunner night rides in July at Usery Regional Park, and was just going to do the one lap to start, and then threw another surprise at us right before and decided she's going to go for the whole thing and did the 6 hour. So rock on. Why don't we go back to that race? Tell us about the event itself, the race.
Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. So I know I talked a lot in my reels that I was making for the Rides Instagram, how nervous I was about basically just showing up to this race with my old bike. All of my equipment is just, I basically don't have any equipment.
Right,
It's just whatever I'm throwing on. And it was so funny because I got there and my friend Nicole was meeting me there, but I got there before she did.
Yep.
And I pulled into the parking lot and I was like, the first thing, I'm looking around at all, everyone's getting their bikes out and they're like riding around, warming up. And I'm looking around at all of these bikes and all of these mountain bikers. And I was just like, I was literally mortified. I set my stuff up first, my little camp for the night. And then I was like, okay, I better go get my bike out now.
Yep.
So I brought it over and I was just like, oh my gosh, like everyone's bikes are so beautiful and so nice.
Right.
But I'm like, you know what? I'm here. I'm on this bike. It's got two wheels. And I got a new cassette earlier that week and a new chain. So she was all ready to go. But as soon as I got there, I ran into Maria and her boyfriend who were also riding that night. And they definitely they quickly made me feel a little more at ease about the whole situation. And it was great. Honestly, awesome. I had so much fun that night. Yeah. I learned a lot for sure. But I had a goal. I wanted to hit 50 miles and I did. I got like 52 or 53. Yeah. And I just had an absolute blast. Like I told you after I finished, I was like, I haven't had that much fun in a long time.
Yeah.
I had no stomach issues. I just felt fueled and my legs felt good like the entire time. The only thing I had issues with, other than my shoddy gear that I decided to buy earlier that week, was my lower back.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think it was on loop 3, I was feeling really good. Yeah. And then suddenly my lower back just started to cramp. It hurt so bad. Okay. So I made it a point. The first lap, I was going to stop after each lap just to fuel and make sure I had enough water. But I totally made the rookie mistake of blowing through the first lap because Maria was in front of me and I saw her blow through it and I'm like, well, maybe I should just go too. So I'm riding, on the second lap. And then I'm like, I don't know how much water I have. I don't know anything right now. What I just do. For a second, I was like, should I turn around and go back?
Right.
I didn't really know. And I'm like, well, I'm in it now. Yep. So we're going. But I did after the second loop I stopped, the third loop I stopped, and the fourth loop I stopped. Okay. And that was, a lot of it was just to stretch my back out because my lower back was killing me.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that the more I ride, the less that will happen.
Sure.
But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Maybe some more planks in your future.
Yeah, I actually have been doing some more strength training. I do my strength training, but focusing more on lower back stuff.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So For those people listening who don't know, Stunner is a 10-mile loop. Jen was doing the 6 hours, so it was as many of those loops as she could do in the 6 hours, and you did five, right? If you
I
did
did.
52 miles and you did five loops, yep. So talk to us. I mean, you're kind of familiar with the loop just from running and being part of the team here as well. You've been out there before, so you probably in your head had an idea of what you were going to be coming up with as you were on the bike, but it's the first time you'd actually ridden it, if I remember correctly. So talk to me about like maybe just the first loop, or maybe you can even go if there's other like things that jump out at you from other loops where maybe something you forgot from loop 2 to 3. Oh, there's this the rock's on the left. I went and you went left. But tell us kind of go around the loop. What were you expecting from your muscle memory of doing the loops on feet before? And then how is it different on the bike?
Gosh, well, the loop is so much fun.
Yes.
It was an absolute blast. So it was how I remembered it being like on foot, like on the bike.
Yeah.
But it was funny because the first loop, I felt like it took forever.
Sure.
Because it was the first loop. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to take it like slow and just make sure I know what I'm doing. Like, luckily, I'd gotten some tips ahead of time from Maria, who's done the loop before.
Yep.
And she was like, there's 2 spots like that you should kind of look out for. And I knew exactly when I got to those 2 spots, I knew exactly that those were the spots she was talking about.
Okay.
So the first one was when you're like it's the first part of the loop and you're like flying down that. And I wasn't really flying because I didn't,
Sure.
I'm like, I don't know what it's coming up. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But you're kind of winding down the single track. It's beautiful.
Before the levee.
So, so smooth. And you get to that one part where there's like, suddenly there's a bunch of big rocks and there's a really big rock on the left. And then you kind of have to sharp turn it to the right.
Cacti, a big swirl on the right.
Yes. And I think you told me about that too.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, this is the part that they told me about.
Yep.
And then when I was, so the second part is on the backside.
Okay.
Where it gets, I felt like that part was a little more technical, like it got a little bit more rocky and stuff.
Yep.
And at that point, I was behind Maria and I could see her ahead of me kind of like make this like kind of like a sharp turn and like dip down and dip up. And I was like, this is the other spot.
Yep.
I know it is.
Yep.
And I rode through it the first time and I was like, oh, I got through it.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, I'm like, I don't think like, once I get tired, I don't think I'm going to be able to make this. Like, it's fine. But I made it every time.
Awesome.
And there was a couple times where I was like, kind of, I don't know what it is when your back tire's like skidding out or whatever.
Sure.
Like, I probably wasn't in the right gear at all. But,
Right.
but I made it and I was really happy.
Awesome.
I feel like there was only one time, and I think I was just being flagrant and I kind of like ran into a rock and had to put a foot down. But out of the entire course, I think that was the only time where I actually had to put a foot down, which I would say for being like a new mountain biker, like I was like, this is a perfect course for anybody who's coming out here to do this for the first time or, I mean, and there was people like flying by me. So I'm like PR or whatever, like this course is perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a blast.
Yep. Yeah, again, for anyone who's not used to or doesn't know the usury course, or I guess I was going to make a comparison to another course that, again, maybe you do or do not know, so I won't do that. But it's a nice, flat, smooth, kind of downhill for the most part. I guess it's a little mixture, that first half. And then you hit the levee, which is straight and flat and wide, and it's a great opportunity to just, get some speed on. And if you're passing, it's a great, easy place to pass. And then after the levee, shortly after, it does start getting rockier.
Yeah.
There's some washes that you go through, both on the east side and then coming back on Blevins. There's a couple of different washes on that. Kind of you're going on a long straightaway, but there's all of a sudden there's just a few little dips that'll get you if you're not paying attention. And of course, once it gets dark, So you got to do the first loop mostly in the light, right?
Yes.
You probably had close to darkness, but probably not full dark in the first. So you had a chance to see it and remind yourself again, like we were just saying, like, oh, that's the spot or that's the spot. Did anything change for you once it got dark and you were just relying on your headlamps?
Oh my gosh. I mean, I feel like the only thing that changed is that it got more fun.
Okay.
Honestly, I just felt more comfortable with the loops. And I would say the fourth loop was probably my fastest loop.
Okay.
I don't know. I was just like, everyone, the single loopers and all those people were kind of gone.
Sure.
So there was hardly, everyone was so spread out at that point. Yeah. Like, all the 6-hour people were still out there, but everyone was so spread out.
Yep.
And just being out there and it was just like free.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Does it equate to being in the middle of a ultra marathon running and you're completely free and being, the only one, A mile in front, a mile behind?
Not for me,
Okay.
only because I am notoriously terrible at ultra marathons. So for me being on the bike and being at like, mile 30, 40 or whatever and
Yeah.
feeling just amazing.
Yeah.
Like I felt good the whole time. And
Yeah.
I'm like, this is never happened to me. Like on feet, never happened to me. I've
Okay.
never done an ultra and not felt terrible at some point or
Sure.
thrown up at some point.
Sure.
Bonked or whatever. Like I'm not very good at ultra marathons. I'm just not but the bike was completely different.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
It really was. And there was like deer crossing the, trail at one point. And there was like a little rattlesnake at one point.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. Like I was I think people were getting sick of hearing me talking about it because I was raving about it. I'm like, oh my God, like I cannot wait to do that again. Like that's not going to be the last time I do this. I'm hooked.
Cool. So very cool. Yeah, I think, based on just my experience and a little bit of, probably reading something here and there, the biking, there's less toll on the body in a way, right? On the jarring part, right? When you're running, it's right, every step is your body takes a shock to the system. You're physically propelling yourself with your legs each and every step that you take, whether it's uphill, downhill, or straight. And while you're still doing it on the bike, you also have the mechanics of the bike that are helping you along, right? Like once you start pedaling, some of that just, you don't have to pedal as hard. You get into the right gear and you get a good momentum going. Your body isn't taking that shock of every step pounding the ground. So I think, again, my humble opinion, it is easier. I mean, I know I find myself between running and riding, like I can eat more, I can eat different things, and I can eat just about anything on the bike. Whereas when I'm running, it's absolutely a different story.
Yeah.
If I'm 30 miles into an ultra marathon, there's definitely parts of the aid station that I'm not even looking. I look at the food and I'm like, nope, not. And you're completely. But when I'm on the bike, it's like I could have anything on the buffet and I'd be fine.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get sick. It all goes down easily. I can chew it, because you're not having that. Like I think it's just that stepping and that jarring and stuff like that. Again, that's my humble opinion, but I do agree. It is. It's just it's a different kind of feeling, and the nutrition, the supplementation of it is just a completely different story when you're on the bike.
Yeah, it was such a welcome change. Oh my goodness! Like I can't even. I mean, just being able to enjoy something from start to finish like that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, and the thing with my back, lower back cramping up, every time I stopped when I came in for a loop, just to, sit down, stretch it out, when I got back on, it was fine.
Yeah.
And it would start to hurt. I would say the fifth loop, it really wasn't bothering me as much as like the third and the fourth, which was crazy. I just like sat down, stretched it out, just had a few snacks.
Yep.
I think I celebrated when I hit my mileage I'm at 30 miles.
Yeah.
I drank like half a beer because I was like, I hit my mileage PR. Like I'm just going to sit here in the dark and drink half a beer and stretch out my back and then off you go.
There you go. Awesome.
Fantastic.
That's very cool. Another thought just popped into my head for the lower back piece. Did you have the bike fitted? Did you have somebody?
No, I've never actually had a bike
That
fit.
might even be like the first thing before I started telling you to go do planks or something. Maybe take it up to a shop.
Yeah.
And see if they have any suggestions for like raising or lowering the seat, changing any of the other pieces of it, because that could be it too. If you're like in the wrong position, just like in anything, right, for a long period of time, you're going to get a cramp or an overuse, type injury because you're compensating. The rest of the body is compensating. So
yeah, I definitely need to do that because it was and it came on like so fast. I was like, oh, my back is killing me all of a sudden. And it was funny because I think I was trying to take a few videos while I was out. So I was on the levee portion and it was during loop 3 and I was just like, oh, like I took some video. I'm like, I'm having so much fun. Da, da, da. Yep. And then literally 2 seconds later, I was like, oh shoot, something is not having fun right now. But luckily getting off and just taking a little break was huge. It just made it all go away. Whereas if I was doing an ultra, that would not have happened.
Right. Gotcha.
It still would have been hurting no matter what.
Yep. Well, I know you met them at the race itself because I think they did do a couple of tweaks on the bike. But the folks at Savage, maybe give them a call and see if you can bring the bike up there again and just have it have one of their mechanics kind of fit it a little bit better.
Yeah, Savage was awesome. I was still having some issues getting handlebar light on.
Okay.
Well, actually, I had them do it because I was like so anxious and like so freaking out when I got to I was like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to figure out how to get this.
Sure.
It's so easy, but I was all like spazzing. I was all over the place. So they helped me put it on, and then my handlebars were still so skinny that even that special piece that the amazing people at Outbound found for me, and I went and picked it up at McDowell at the Fountain Hills Bikes. Yep. It still was too big.
Really?
So Savage, they like shoved some like a piece of rubber in there.
Okay.
And it was perfect. I mean, honestly, those lights were insane.
Outbound makes good lights.
Oh my gosh, they're amazing.
Special thanks to them for giving you a set to use for this race. I mean, it might have been your first and only, right? Depending on how it actually had gone.
Right.
So you didn't really know. So maybe not ready to invest fully in a set of lights. So they let you use this one. And they're great. They turn the night into day. So completely different from that little lamp that you go running in.
Oh my gosh, completely.
Just highlights the 4 feet in front of you.
Yeah, you can see everything.
Yep, it's very cool. So remind me, because I think you did a couple of social media posts right after the race, kind of like your own kind of wrap up to the social media journey that you brought us all on.
Oh, I haven't yet, actually.
You haven't done any? Okay.
No.
I thought there was 1 or 2 or something. Maybe it's just race night. I know you did some race night.
I did some race night,
So maybe nothing post. Okay. Do you plan to continue, or is that kind of like, is that part of the journey over and you're just kind of considering yourself a mountain biker now and don't need to bring everybody else along for the ride?
Well, I think I still want to do a wrap up reel for sure. It's just like you said, things got so busy and I haven't really done it yet. So I want to do a wrap up reel for that. But then I also want to just I feel like, I don't know, I love it so much. Like I kind of want to keep promoting it maybe from a new mountain biker still perspective of, because the rides race, I just felt so like once I got over that initial fear when I'm seeing all these, fancy bikes and bikers and stuff, and everyone was so nice and just the vibe was so amazing that I mean, I would love if people don't get annoyed seeing my face on our Instagram. I'd love to keep promoting it and just because I definitely still have questions about things and I love that platform, being able to reach out and just have people chime in and I mean, there's still lots of things I'm like, oh God, I don't know what to do. When should I do this? Like, what should I do for this? Like, what are your favorite biking shorts? Like, just things like that. Like, I love, you can look it up and see, what gets the best reviews. But I just I really appreciate what the community has to say.
Right.
They've been doing it. They've tried all the different things. They're real people.
Yep.
So I would still like to keep doing it. Basically, if the community will have me.
I'm sure they will. I mean, they had you for the first half, so I think it's a great idea to kind of almost turn it. You could segue it into new mountain biker here. Jan, here I am again, Jan, the new mountain biker with another question for all. That kind of thing. Like you said, new questions or just new shorts or whatever it is. I think it would go over well. And for your job as social media manager, you don't have to go find someone to be this person and then cajole them to get content for you or follow them out there to all right, we're gonna meet so and so here on Saturday to get some content. When you're going for a ride, and all you have to do is bring your phone, which you're gonna do anyway. Yeah. So take a video while you're out there and submit it. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, it's definitely it's more fun and it's more efficient.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's different, right? It's different from the rest of the stuff that you post that that we put out there in the world about rides. We do some that's a little bit more personalized here and there. A lot of it's just promoting the races and getting people psyched up for the races and stuff like that. So having something that's a little bit more just personal. Hey, it's me again. Help me out, or hey, this congratulate me. I just rode over this this drop or something like that. Something new. So I think it'd be cool idea to kind of continue as a feature every now and then.
Yay!
And I think it also works because we can maybe talk about your surprise. So
yes.
Stunner was supposed to be maybe the one and only, or at least that was what you're gearing up for. There was kind of a cloudy future, right? Beyond Stunner.
Yes,
kind
there
of
was.
Cloudy, who knows what I'm gonna do after this. But why don't you? I'll let you do it all. So what is the surprise that you have for us?
I am doing Hangover.
There you go. Right to the point.
Right to the point. I'm doing Hangover 6 hour.
Yep. So,
and I just wouldn't even consider doing a 3 hour or just a single loop because I want to be out there all night.
Very cool.
or half the night because it's so fun.
Yeah.
And it's just like you don't think about anything
Yep.
else. I feel when I'm running, I am constantly thinking about other things. I'm thinking about, oh, what do I have to do for work today? It's just like a constant, like you're not escaping anything.
Right.
For me personally, like it's rare to go on a run and not think about anything but the run.
Okay.
But when you're on the bike, all you're thinking about is the bike.
Sure.
And I have found that it's definitely like my go-to when I really need to just escape and zone out. It's the bike now.
Okay.
It's wild. Like I never thought that would be a thing, but it is. It's insane. And like today, like I leave my bikes right next to my car in the garage, and I'm always like, okay, like it's just like ride me,
calling you. So 6 hours at Hangover.
Yes.
The Hangover, the last race of the series. So you're going to get one more night ride in.
I know. I'm sad. I wish there were more.
And this, right? I know. Well, we got day rides.
I know.
Right,
that's
right
true.
afterwards, you start going into the other ones, and you don't have to worry about the lights at that point.
I know. That's true.
So Hangover is Pemberton at McDowell Regional Park.
Yeah.
Obviously another trail that you have quite a bit of experience with running.
Yes.
But have not biked yet.
No.
Can you think of, just again, kind of your muscle memory from being out there, anything that you're concerned about now, just just thinking about it, right? Like, oh, this part is always a little climby or loose, or that kind of thing. Like what are you thinking about? What concerns you have, or questions or thoughts? Or
I mean, honestly, it's been so long since I've been on Pemberton. I mean, I'm out there every year in the area for Javelin 100 and whatnot, but I haven't ran. It's been forever since I've done a longer distance at Hangover.
Okay.
So to be honest, like I don't even remember it.
Gotcha.
At all. I know. I mean, I take that back. I have ran out there to Jackass Junction during Javelin 100.
Okay.
Kind of taking some weird trails to get there, but remembering there's certain parts that are just amazing, like real, like windy through those big rocks. Like there's those giant rocks. I remember that.
Yep.
But like, so which way? See, I don't even know which way you go.
So we go clockwise.
Okay. Okay, so I would be, I think it's the same way that I was running when I was running to
so
to
we do
Jackass
like the
Junction.
technical climbing. If it is technical, it's not really, but the more technical climbing early, the first half.
Oh, okay.
So we go up those, they're not really steps, but it's where they've got the irrigation and the flood control.
Oh,
going
so
up
there's
the hill,
this,
right?
okay.
So we go up those towards that midpoint that takes you off into the McDowells. But we keep it going, of course, all the way out to Jackass.
Okay.
So any of the technical, again, if you call it that, it's more so, right? It's like going back to Stunners, like, the east side is a little bit more technical than the rest of it. So this is that side for Hangover. A little bit rockier. It's a little bit also looser as you're climbing, because it is rock versus kind of being on dirt and sand. So it's a little looser as you're climbing, and it is climbing. So it is a little bit more of a exertion on the climb.
This is scaring me now.
No, it's not that. It's not that bad. Trust me. And then you get some fun rollers along some of those little levees and those little ways to get out to Jackass for that final push, the last couple of miles to Jackass itself. Then once you're out of the wash on Jackass, it is mostly a downhill, smooth and sandy and super fun.
Wow.
And so you go through the rocks first, because that whole area is where the big boulders are. And then it just opens up, and you have just nothing but Pemberton, just going, I guess it's sort of like southwesterly, I guess, at that point, back towards us. And again, it's all smooth and flowy and fun. It's great when we're racing, because generally speaking, no one else is out there, right? Versus like being out there on a Saturday when you want to get like, oh my gosh, this is the fun part. And then you run into somebody on a horse, or somebody who's, another bike coming another direction, or hikers and stuff like that too. Like you never quite get that full stretch.
Gotcha.
But on the race day with very little other people out there, you just get that whole excitement of
that's
like
awesome.
just doing it. And it's really, really, really fun. And then so you come back in to Pemberton Trailhead, and then we shoot you back out again. So
it sounds amazing.
Yes, you will have a good time. I promise you that.
Are there any super duper sandy sections that will throw you off your bike like a horse?
Like thick sand? No.
Okay, because I feel like that's my biggest issue is
the beach
starting.
The beach
sand? Pick up some speed, and then all of a sudden it's sandy, and my bike is going out of control.
Nope, no, there's nothing like that at all, unless we haven't had that many monsoons this summer, so sometimes like monsoon will change,
Yeah.
drag some sand down or whatever as it washes through. We haven't had a whole lot, so I haven't been on the trail, so I guess maybe, I don't think so. There probably is nothing. It's
Okay.
usually not one that gets too affected by the rains. There's always that possibility.
And is the beginning, is there a lot of double track or is it mainly single track? I can't remember.
It's not like Jeep Trail double.
Okay.
It's wider because it's such a well-used trail. So there's like, there's plenty of room for passing. You'll be going out first. So the 3-hour people will be coming out behind you. The single lap people will be coming out behind you. So that first section before you get to the start climbing, where it's kind of like, well, I guess it's just like the flat area where you're heading like towards, you're kind of facing towards Fountain Hills. It's wide enough so that people will be able to get by you easily in that kind of sense. But it's not like, a Jeep or truck would not have a good time driving.
Gotcha. Okay. Because the passing at Stunner was great.
Yeah.
Like it was honestly, everyone was so nice and just really like let me know they were coming.
Sure.
And yeah, it was perfect.
Yep.
That was one of my biggest anxieties was that whole passing situation. And yeah, it was great. Like everyone was so nice. Nobody got mad at me.
No, they won't. They definitely won't. And now that I'm thinking of it though, too, in that first section, there are a couple of washes that we go through. There's one in particular, and you'll know it when you see it. It is thick sand on the left.
Oh, okay.
But there's a nice a little bit higher rise on the right-hand side that is hard.
Okay.
Hard back. And if you can stay on that, and it's easy to see it as you're coming in, so you just kind of keep a little bit more to the right on that side of the trail.
Good.
I think you can go even further left, like right on the edge, and it's firm there too. But if you do try to shoot down the middle, it'll be thicker.
Okay.
And there might be, again, this is now that I'm thinking of it.
Hold on,
just
more.
a couple of like washes like that, because we do go through a couple of washes. One of them actually has a name, where it's big enough that it's named. But there are a couple. They're not, but it's not that the beachy sand has all been pushed aside. That's what I'm thinking. So unless you attack them or are trying to pass or something like that, you should be fine. If you just follow the line through, you'll be okay, because enough people have gone through where it's like kind of migrated all the sand.
Oh, good. Okay, that's good to hear.
So it is out there. It's just not easy to hit. If you stick to the line, you'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah. Yeah, and other than that, I mean, like I said, the downhill is sandy, so do watch your speed there. Again, I'm kind of my tip for a newbie, because some of those corners come in kind of tight, and if you are enjoying the speed part of it, you might hit, might be get a little bit too quick around the corner and lose the line too. But it's not thick sand.
Okay.
So it's again, it's fine. You're not going to have the soupy stuff.
Okay. Yeah, there was that one wash after the levee at Stunner. The first time I went through that, I was like, uh-oh. But then by the end of the night, I was like, okay, no, I know it's hard packed. It's fine.
Yeah.
Like there's no problem here. But I think that's one of my biggest issues is when I'm riding and I hit sand.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, don't panic. Like, just keep riding. Just ride through it.
Yeah. Well, you are still riding not narrower tires than the average rider. So
are they?
Yeah, because I think you've got like you're not.
Know.
Yeah, I don't think if I remember the bike, you're not because I think they're 27-inch versus 29, and I think you're still only riding like a 1.5 wide.
I don't know.
It's not bad. I'm not saying it's not a bad thing. It's just that there's other options.
Okay,
available.
so they'll like the wider the tires, the
you get a little
better.
more traction.
Okay, because I was thinking about that. I'm like, I wonder if this is my tires that's giving me this problem, or is it just the rider? I wasn't quite sure.
I'm sure it's obviously there's probably a little bit, right?
Yeah.
I mean, just in general skill level changes as you ride more and more. But I think I mean, there's certainly equipment stuff that will affect your ride as well. A wider tire will give you a little bit more traction. It also kind of like I don't know if the right term is like float you, but think of like ATV tires on the beach, right? They'll kind of like sit more on the sand versus like cutting through it like a narrow tire will. Unfortunately, the narrower that you're going, you are more cutting like a knife than spreading like a spoon.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
I'm doing this. I don't know what this really is, but
it's the visual.
So, I mean, I'm sure you've seen them out there on the trails. There's some people who ride like this really big balloon tire. Yeah, those guys are just rolling over everything because their tires are so big and bouncy. Talk about being bounced around.
Oh, geez,
I don't know how that ride would actually be, but they have a different ride like that. So
okay, I'll pass on that ride.
What else? So anything else about Pemberton specifically that you wanted to know?
Gosh.
About hangover?
I don't. I mean, like I was saying before, I am going to try to get out there and ride it. I don't know if I will be able to. I
Sure.
said that about Stunner too, and I did not do it.
And unfortunately, we picked the 2 races that are as far away as possible from your house, right?
But
And
that's
still in Phoenix.
I mean, Vertigo was right around the corner, but
know.
I knew I wasn't.
It's a different
I was
course.
not ready for that one,
Right.
and I wasn't going to be stupid and try it. I mean, I could have done it. I would have just been probably, having to put my watch into run mode for like half of it because I
Right.
would have been running my bike up and down like a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot more technical on that,
Yeah.
on that trail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, hopefully I can get out there. We
Okay.
still have time. I
Yeah.
mean, it's a month, a little
Yep.
less than a month.
Yep.
So you never know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll go. Maybe I'll bring some friends.
There you go.
I'm trying to recruit some ladies to do
Yes,
hangover.
so and for the race itself, yeah.
Yeah.
Bring Nicole and Kelly back out.
Yes, and then hopefully Andy, and she has a friend Lauren who has done some of our races, who's a really good mountain biker, and
Okay.
I'd love to get her to come out too.
Okay. Do you think Andy will make it this time, or is she?
Oh, I hope so.
Goes
I
to
know.
again.
We'll see. We'll see. She is quite the ghoster.
Yeah.
No, I
She
love
helped
her.
you get going, but she wasn't going to be there for the race.
Yeah, she's like, no. We'll see though. Maybe I
Yeah.
can. She's done. I think her very first mountain bike ride ever was on Pemberton.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I feel like maybe this one,
Subject matter expert.
Yeah.
Bring her on board for that.
Yeah,
Very
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Well, I do hope you make it out, just because it's a fun ride anyway.
Yeah.
Obviously a little bit longer, 15 and a half miles. But so bring your water. It's hot out right now. But yeah, it's a good ride. It's fun. And I think you'll have a good time. And I would suggest to anybody who's never ridden, always try to pre-ride a course before you go out to race, just because it helps on race day no matter what. Yeah, and with 4 weeks left. So, this one is a little bit different. I don't think it'll affect you so much because it's the 6 hour instead of a 3 hour. We just do the 2-lap, 31 mile.
Oh, okay.
Mainly because most people can't get in a third lap in under 3 hours.
Oh, gotcha.
So rather than actually try to put a 3 hour category there and then have everyone do 2 laps anyway, we just call it the 31 mile, and then nobody has to think about it, right? Can I do it? Can I do it? We just stop them. So the 31 mile takes the place of the 3 hour, and then the 15 and a half mile. Is the single
okay.
lap.
I was wondering about that.
Yeah. So that's exactly, the fastest riders can probably, top 5 or so, fastest could probably get in a third, if they were really going for it. But 15 and a half's long, and it's not, and that first half is going to takes you a little bit more than the second half to come down. So,
Okay.
again, it's made sense in the logistics of the race to, not try to like put that option in front of someone who's like, do I really want to get one more? Can I try to get a third one in, and then have them disappointed when they show up 3.5 hours afterwards and not have it count?
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, you'll still have people who are coming up behind you, just like before, wanting to pass and whatnot. The juniors will go after the single laps as well. So we'll have everybody out there for that first, but then, after about 3 hours, you're going to have the race to yourself. It's just going to be you and the other 6 hour, and you'll have all that distance to in between you and the others to enjoy the ride and be out there and under the stars. I know Maria's looking forward to it, just because she's usually the only woman who signs up for the 6 hours. So she just likes the fact that there's other women out there with her. And I know it'll be a nice surprise if you haven't told her already.
Oh, yeah, she knows.
She has very sprung it. So she'll be very stoked to have you guys back out there.
Yeah.
So she doesn't feel like she's the only one.
Oh, it's awesome. Yeah,
Very
I'm
cool.
so excited.
Yeah.
I cannot wait.
Very good. Well, I am excited that your journey has produced more than what you were first, setting out to do. Even, signing up for another race and all that, and then even thinking beyond it as well. So you're not just done, and you want to keep going, and you're enjoying it.
So much.
So
so much more than
we
I
won't pull you
thought.
off your feet just yet entirely, but maybe.
God,
another
lately,
6
I
months,
swear.
another year, maybe you're ready to hang up the shoes.
Oh no, I mean, I don't know. I keep telling myself I'm going to start running again. I've been running a little bit here and there, but it's like right now because it's so hot.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, do I want to suffer and run right now, or do I want to have fun on this bike?
Right.
I'm like, I want to have fun on this bike. So I have been choosing the bike over running, like a lot.
Yeah.
So, but I'm trying to at least get some fitness up so I can try to do like a short distance running race,
Very cool.
by the time it's winter and it's cooler out. So, just because time wise, it's just, especially during the week, it's so busy. Being able to go out for like a 5-mile run, it's just takes less time when I'm in shape, which I'm not in running shape right now. And it's been pretty brutal, like
Yeah.
trying to go for a run.
Yeah.
I ran like, I think I did 4 miles the other night
Okay.
in a row without stopping. Running,
You
and
sound so proud.
I was very proud of myself because I was like, I'm
4.
going to run 4 miles tonight and
Yep.
I'm not going to stop.
Uh-huh.
And I did it, but it was, I think it was still 110 out.
Yeah.
It was rough. And
Yep.
I was at my son's soccer practice, so I was like looping around
Okay.
ASU West, which
Yep.
is like, not the most fun place to run around, but I
Gotcha.
did it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm just like not in running shape, like
Gotcha.
at all. But I feel really good on a bike. So
Yeah. Good. Well, keep enjoying it. Keep doing it. One thing I'll tell you, for if if you're in the back of your mind, you still want to keep the running shoes close at hand. Something I thought at the very beginning, because when doing both, was that they would kind of work off of each other, and that if I was really conditioned in one, I'd be okay if I didn't run for a month, but then jump back into a trail run. It's not quite that way. It does work the other way.
really,
Yeah.
so running
So
to
running
biking.
to biking seems
Okay.
to do pretty well in that you can kind of keep the same conditioning, but if you're just doing a lot of biking and then want to jump into a 10K or 10 mile or even something short, you're not going to be quite, without doing any practicing,
Yeah.
then it's not quite the same thing. You think, I mean, your legs are strong, your respiratory is strong, but it's just different muscles.
Yeah.
And your body doesn't quite adapt to that change that quick to be able to jump into it. But for some reason, if you've been running a lot and decide to jump into it, just take off on the bike or jump into a bike race, it's easier.
So weird.
There's less friction
Yeah.
from your body saying, no, don't do
Interesting.
this. So
I
just a
believe it.
little FYI.
Yeah, good to know.
Hey everyone, sorry about that. We had a bit of a technical glitch here in the studio. So we're coming back at you, and we'll finish up some of the editing in post. I know we were talking a little bit about the running and riding together as we were finishing up, and we were kind of wrapping up, so it was kind of like a weird thing to come back and say goodbye.
Yeah.
But
That's what we're doing.
That's kind of what we're doing. Jen, it has been fun watching this journey that you've been going on all spring and summer. I do hope that you continue it, not just because I'm selfish and I ride and run as well, but you seem to be having fun. So
Yes.
I'm glad that you found something fun, an alternative for alternative sport, and that you're having a good time. And I can't wait to see you come out to Javelina and do all that hangover. Excuse me, Javelina hangover. There we go. So yeah, to do all that, and then maybe even a day race where you don't have to worry about your lights.
Yes, I definitely want to do a day race. I don't know which one. I
Yep.
think I have to see where I'm at as far as, if I'm getting better
Sure.
or more comfortable on different types of trail. I mean, let's be honest, the trails I ride on at home are not easy
Yeah.
trails at all, but they're not easy for me still.
Sure.
And I've been doing them for a while and
Yeah.
they're still pretty hard.
Yeah.
So I think I need to, ask, pick your brain and see which
Absolutely.
ones might be good options for me. But I do want to do a day race really bad.
Very cool.
It's just, it's so much fun.
Yep.
I honestly didn't expect it to be something that's now a part of my life.
Yeah.
And I'm stoked. Like, honestly, I got weepy after Stunner. I was like, man, this is amazing.
Yep.
Like, truly, I just feel very lucky even being, and it's like, that's one thing I want to talk about in a reel is that it doesn't matter how old you are.
Right.
Like, I mean, just turning 50 and now I'm kind of a mountain biker. I'm like,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. You can
No.
pick up these things whenever you want.
Yep.
And I'm so glad I did. So
Yeah.
it's like having the tendonitis in my Achilles and all that really led me to mountain biking. And I'm so thankful that I had. I'm not thankful I ran in pain for 2.5 years,
Right.
but I'm thankful that it led me to a bike.
Yeah.
So, because I love it so much. So
That's
I'm pretty
awesome.
stoked.
That's awesome. So we'll continue to follow your journey as you continue to post reels and go along. We will obviously, like I said, look forward to you coming out to the races and seeing the different aspects of day and night, and of course different courses and stuff. And yeah, I just want to thank you for coming back and sharing. And maybe we'll even, this isn't the wrap. Maybe we have another chapter.
You never
down the
know.
road. Maybe we have to do the post day race podcast just to see what the day your day and night is for you. I can see this as being a nice continued journey. I mean, we could go into 2026 and beyond. There's a lot of people out there, you just said it, who either are afraid of mountain biking, most everyone can ride a bike, learns to ride a bike at some point, and everybody, rides a bike to some degree into adulthood, whether you still do it recreationally or a little bit more recreationally or, actual sport or whatnot. Some people kind of drop off. It's just not for them as they get a little bit older, and we're talking about age. And I was, you were embarking on this, I'm turning 50 quest, and what can I do a little bit differently? And where was I going? Oh, so mountain biking. Mountain biking itself does terrify a few people. And you were kind of in that boat at the beginning. Like, do I really want to get on this thing and ride off road? And, there's rocks and there's roots and there's cacti and mule deer crossing in front of me. Like, if I'm on if I'm running, I can stop real quick. Can I stop? Can I, what's going to happen? This is a nice little journey that, we could always point people to as well, because, I, of course, always say, well, yes, you can mountain bike. We just got to get you started someplace nice and easy. Just like when you learn to ride a bike the first time. We didn't take you to the top of a mountain and say, ride down this. You get a gentle slope that gives you a little bit of momentum. So it's a nice little thing that we could maybe turn people onto. Like, check out the Jen podcasts on the Rides channel and see what she did, and kind of follow along, because I think the terror would, maybe not work for everybody, but I think it'll take away some of that fear from a lot of people who are just like, I don't think I can do this. I'm too old, or I've never done it before, or, whatever it might be.
Yes. And you don't need a nice bike either. That was like another thing that I really do want people to know. You don't have to go out and spend thousands of dollars on a bike. I mean, mine was a $500 bike, like in 2016, I think it was. I think she was born in 2016 and $500.
10 year.
Yeah.
Next year she's going to be 10. Oh my, we have to do something. That's a big birthday. That's a milestone
it's
birthday.
A big birthday. There's nothing fancy about this bike. Nothing at all.
Yep.
But, you just throw your tennis shoes on and don't need to spend a lot of money on a bike or gear. And it's so much fun. I mean, my gloves I got for the race, Amazon.
Did you?
They were $14 gloves, and they're actually amazing for them.
Perfect.
My shorts that I got for the race, not so much.
I remember that story.
Yeah, that was a big learning lesson for me. Those shorts are in the trash. They were from Amazon, and they did not work at all. Like that's a different podcast for another channel.
Aravaipa Rides After Dark.
Yes.
The shorts episode.
Literally so bad. And it wasn't even like mile 45. It was like mile 1. I'm like, something's wrong with these shorts. Okay, sorry about that.
That's quite all right. That's quite all right. No, back to what we were saying. It's been a great journey. I love to keep watching it, and see where you take it, because I think that's it's got endless possibility, right?
Yes.
So we'll definitely think about having you back on to continue it. Don't know how or when. We'll figure out a way that makes a great story, right? Yeah. And where you're coming up next, but we'd love to have you back and keep this going, and keep showing those reels, keep sharing the reels, that we can all see where you're going in between times too.
I will. Thank you.
Of course. Thanks. Everyone, thank you for listening to another episode of Jen and I talk about her journey. It has been fantastic. Thanks again for tuning in this time. Sorry for that glitch back there. Don't know what happens. Sometimes you just lose technology. So we'll see you all next time. Bye. We here at Aravaipa Rides would like to thank our partners and sponsors. First up, and coming back for the 2025 race season, our charity beer garden sponsor, Oso Brewery and Distillery. Oso crafts delicious beers at locations around the valley. There's always a brewery near you. If you live in the South Mountain area, Emigos Bike Shop is the shop for you. This year, Emigos is partnering with Aravaipa Rides, so all of you racers can bring your bike in for a pre-race tune-up or a post-race workup and get preferential scheduling to get you back out and riding quickly. You can also save 10% on all merchandise and supplies from the retail store as well. Savage Bike Shop in Surprise, Arizona will be rolling out its mobile mechanic van to all of the Aravaipa Rides races in 2025. Call them ahead of time to schedule a quick pre-race check-in at the race venue, or in case of mishap on the trail during your race, they'll help you get your bike going again so you can finish strong. Please help us to thank our partners and sponsors by visiting them when you can.